The 10-minute drill.
This is a big one.
Is brought to you by Lloyd's Construction and Consulting, providing first-class construction services on 1010XL.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Hit it. Let's do some sports concepts and rationalizations. A couple of things before we get started, but we also have a prize pack. Beef, are we feeding the Googans today?
We are. Yeah, stay tuned. At the end of the 10-minute drill, you can score a Chick-fil-A prize pack with gift cards for breakfast, lunch, and a dessert brownie.
I should have stock in Chick-fil-A. I've spent so much
You spent
money.
it all on
I wonder how
GameStop.
much money I've spent in Chick-fil-A. Yeah. Anyway, a couple things. One, Rafa is on the ropes. He's down 6-5 in the fifth set. And Stefanos Tsitsipas, am I saying that right?
Yeah,
I don't
good
know.
Question.
He is the fifth seed, has just broken Nadal, so he will now serve for the match at 6-5.
Yeah, he was down 2 sets to love, and by the way, wasn't really competitive in those two.
Right.
One of the advantages, Dan, of getting up at 3 o'clock in the morning, watching the Gators and Sports Center, and then you watch tennis for an hour and you come to work. So, yeah, I was watching this earlier, and he was just getting hammered. By the way, the path got a lot wider for Serena Williams.
Yeah.
The top seed, Ash Barty, lost.
Ash Barty lost on one side, and then the All-American quarters, Brady beat Pagula.
Correct. Imagine that. Brady beats the Bills again.
Very good.
Thank you.
I know that's stolen. Our 1-to-1 financial poll question of the day. And
Get off my Sports Center. I don't like this new schedule of yours. Don't you have some teaching to do?
Yesterday, I do. You signed. Yesterday, we signed Big Cat Williams. He was our pick.
Did we?
Yeah. So today, I get another free agent, but you only get to sign one more. Now, listen, I kind of went to the second tier, guys, and I'll tell you why.
Okay.
Because
you don't think they can go 2 top tiers?
Yeah, no, I do, but I think the landing spots, the predictions of the landing spots, like let me give you an example. In this one, Dak Prescott, the number 1 free agent, landing spot, Dallas. Chris Godwin, landing spot, Tampa, franchise tag. Allen Robinson, landing spot, Chicago, franchise tag. Kenny Golladay, landing spot, Lions, franchise tag. Trent Williams, Niners, landing spot, 4 years, $80 million. Justin Simmons, a landing spot, Denver. All the teams that they're with is my point.
And that's the protection that teams have.
Yeah. So then you start getting down. Even I'm down here at 11, 12. Finally, the first guy, Joe Thuney, to the Bengals. Even Shaq Barrett, Bucks. So anyway, I went to the second tier to give you these names. And here are the names that I've given you now today. John Johnson is a safety. Jonnu Smith is a tight end. Curtis Samuel is a wide receiver who Herbs had at Ohio State. And then, unbeknownst to me, and I believe this is true, Mike Hilton, a nickel cornerback with the Steelers. You know where Mike Hilton started?
I know that name. Was it here?
Yeah.
Yeah. I know the name.
Had a really good year.
Here?
No.
Oh, there.
Yeah.
Did he play much here?
I don't think he ever played. I think he got
just
cut.
was, yeah.
He was here.
I remember the name. I don't know if I remember
again,
from here.
Again, you hate to see these guys are here.
I can tell you your poll, Hilton's last.
He is last.
Yeah.
The
number 1 is going to be on your list is going to be the tight end from Tennessee.
That is correct. 47.8%. Johnson, 27.8%. Samuel, 14.3%. Hilton, 10%.
Which was the Johnson again?
At Dan Hicken.
I've never heard of him.
Never heard of him?
I'm surprised that Curtis Samuel wasn't second. I would have missed that. I'm glad I didn't speculate
John
the rest.
Johnson is a safety predicted to land with the Jaguars.
From where though?
Huh?
I have no idea who John Johnson is. I watch the NFL every single week. Who does he play for?
He played for the Rams.
Oh.
He is 25 years old. He's 6'2", 214.
I've seen a couple of those Rams DB specs. Troy Hill I've seen as a veteran. Some suggest would
Boston
be
College guy.
a Jacksonville fit.
Yeah.
Well, I like having this money and I want to spend it, and I think Big Cat's going to end up with the Giants. So
well, that's what I'm saying. A lot of these teams are going to. A lot of these players are going to stay with their teams,
and they should. The team should keep them.
But that's not good for us.
Well,
that's
so what's good for a team is to actually
good for the
find
goose
players.
is good for the gander.
Some say.
Okay.
I never met a gander, so I don't know.
Yeah.
I've taken a gander.
You have taken a gander.
Well, sure. I love non-stories, how it becomes stories. I don't know how in the world ESPN, as they go through their gatekeeping and they feature 10 top stories on their front page, how Lawrence has surgery on non-throwing shoulder makes it. That only makes it as if surgery goes wrong, Lawrence career in jeopardy.
Oh, dear.
That's a news story.
Well, that's big. That's great for us.
I know, but
Our
I'm
guy.
saying that's not news. What are we doing? Lawrence has surgery on non-throwing shoulder, surgery that we, I don't know, knew a week ago? I don't need an update on nothing. There's nothing to see here.
Okay.
Anyway, not that big a deal.
Boy, you want to talk about potential busts. They got one out there in Nashville, Tennessee. They drafted this kid, Isaiah Wilson from Georgia. And I'm wondering if this is as simple as sometimes we don't know how young guys will react to having money.
Well, what's so shocking about this is that apparently, at least according to the Titans, now there's going to be some CYA there. You don't want to give any inclination that you're not doing your due diligence. But they, the tale they're telling in Tennessee is that they did all the vetting. They met with this guy numerous times, and he was a home run in the vetting portion of the draft season,
which can happen.
And then once they drafted him, it was just one issue after another. He's been arrested twice. He's been in the COVID protocols twice.
Well, listen to what he's done. And this is, again, and he's played, I think, like 4 snaps.
Right, yeah, he was a disaster. I mean, he was completely inactive and away
they brought
from
him in to
since
be,
October. To be a starting tackle for a lot of years. Remember the Decker, or which one of them left? Who was the one that left? They had the bookend tackles.
Conklin.
All
right.
Who went to where? The Browns, maybe? I'm not sure.
Yeah. 6 months ago, Mike Vrabel lectured him for attending what sounds like a wild party at Tennessee State.
Well,
at that party, cops noted Wilson considered jumping from a second-story balcony to evade the popo. A month after that, he was arrested for DUI after doing donuts in an intersection. This is not conduct that is indicative of the character of our football team. We're working through details on how to proceed. Then on New Year's Eve, Wilson was spotted partying on a yacht with ladies, parentheses strippers, who were dancing around while the yacht was covered in singles.
Now, that part I don't have a problem with.
Keep in mind,
living large as a young person.
He signed a 4-year contract worth $11.5 million, $6 million signing bonus, and there's some.
You can't get it back. This guy will never play. That would be my guess.
Well,
he got that money, and here's what'll happen: he'll go through that money. He's going to wake up in 4 years and think, "Oh my God, what have I done?" And then it'll be too late.
Mm-hmm. But my question is this thing as simple as money changes people
or maturity? I don't know. Maybe some people need the structure. You know, when you're in college and you got someone on you all the time telling you what to do. So I can't speak to it. But boy, it's just you're wasting a lot of talent and opportunity. I mean, that's a kid who's on par to make $50 million in his life, and now he's going to get that signing bonus and not much else unless there's a big turnaround.
Yeah. So anyway, we'll see going forward what if he's able to do things. But not good at all. So
where are you on the? I know in your mock draft yesterday that you did on the Draft Network. By the way,
hit a home run.
That guy Jordan Reed from the Draft Network yesterday was fantastic.
He's very
I don't know
good.
if we said that right after we did. We've interviewed 1,000 people from national platforms that come on this show.
Yes.
In fact, we ran Lynn Pasquarelli off because he didn't know a damn thing about the Jaguars one time.
Yeah,
years and years ago.
Yeah, he took
time
a
to move on and move out.
He shouldn't have come on with us.
Right. But so to have a guy come on and completely all his homework done, he knows the Jags inside and out, knows the history, knows the prospects, so he was really good. But anyway, on your Draft Network mock draft, where you proclaimed yourself, quote, the best GM in the league.
I would say that would be correct.
All right. You drafted 2 running backs. So clearly the Jaguars are going to be in the running back market at some way. Now, they've got a young, undrafted free agent who is terrific as a rookie. What about a veteran in free agency or no?
Like who?
Well, that's the question that I asked.
For me?
Well, I do have a column, 2021 NFL free agency, the intriguing running back market.
Okay.
I'm going to skip past
We're not paying Aaron Jones that kind of money.
Well, and I'm going to skip past,
I don't think.
the intrigue of Leonard Fournette joining your roster. We're not going to go back down that road.
Yeah, that's not.
I wouldn't think we're going to. Well, because I don't think we're looking for a starter, right? Certainly, James Robinson has earned the right to be the starter going into the year.
Yes.
NFL has become a committee approach, so I would just expect to get somebody. And I don't know if these veterans are the answer.
Okay.
Because
by the way, in PFF's top 50, there's only 1 running back.
Is it Aaron Jones?
Yeah.
Well, there
somebody
you go.
better?
No.
You know what
guys, it's a Kenyon, Drake, Leonard. I mean, Leonard Fournette's number 3. That tells you how dry the market is.
Kenyon Drake?
Yeah.
I want
the problem is it's $8 million. That's why. Do you spend that when you can draft one, or you can get Curtis Samuel who can do a variety of roles?
Yeah, I want one who is.
Chenault might run the football some too, Dan. They ran him some. What did they run? 20 times maybe?
That wasn't very good.
What
do you got? Give me some names.
Like I said, Leonard Fournette is third on the list, buddy.
Well, who's first? Jones. Then
Yeah.
who?
Drake.
Then who?
Then Leonard.
Then who?
Chris Carson. Why would he be ahead of Leonard?
Chris Carson will have a connection with Bevel.
Why in the world would Leonard Fournette be viewed as better than Chris Carson?
Don't know. Who's next?
Carson's. They also give a market value. In other words, what they can expect to get. $7.4 million for Carson. I'm not paying that for a running back. Anyway, Todd Gurley.
No.
I would take him if you could get him super, super cheap.
You know who I would
still
be
just 26. It's hard to
Who?
believe. Gurley,
Yeah, I'm not taking Todd Gurley.
26 years old.
That's amazing. I will take. You know who I would like? Like somebody.
James
along,
Conner.
No, I want someone along the lines of that. Tariq Cohen.
How about Marlon Mack?
Marlon Mack's good. He got hurt in the first game here and was out for the year.
He's always scored. Whenever the Colts and the Jaguars played, he scored. So maybe he'll score in all Jaguar games, period.
Okay.
Mark Ingram, 31. There's kind of a vet. No, does nothing for you. Adrian Peterson.
I have Mark Ingram.
You do?
Yeah, he's James Robinson.
Okay.
I want a different guy. I want a scat back or a guy who can, explosive.
Well, that Marlon Mack could be that guy, no?
Yeah.
Well, not coming off the ACL, though, probably.
Yeah. Or I go all in with Aaron Jones and sign him.
Well, yeah, I don't think they'll do that.
So anyway, I wanted to finish up my thought on this PFF thing because these are the guys that
Tevin Coleman?
no.
I'm trying to find that scat guy you're talking about.
Yeah.
Anyway.
These are the guys that like that what's his name last name? Boston up there in Philadelphia?
Yeah.
That kind of kid.
BJ Boston, I think, or
I don't know. No one knows.
no, it's initials.
I think it's please
Oh
come
no,
to.
it's Boston Scott.
That's it.
Yeah.
I thought it was please come to Boston.
Yeah, Boston
She said
Scott.
no.
Sure.
But these are the guys that they have the Jags getting in free agency. And this is a little bit less exciting. But John Johnson is one. Jacksonville, 4 years, $52 million, 25 guaranteed.
What platform is-
PFF.
Okay.
He's a 23rd ranked player. Jacksonville can make more significant moves than any franchise in the offseason with their league-leading $77 million in open cap space. Secondary should be a starting point. Okay. So John Johnson, I'd be fine with that if he's a good player. And, we don't know a ton about him. The next guy they have signing to Jacksonville is the 38th player. His name is T.Y. Hilton. 3 years, $28 million. Hilton
He's like 32 years old.
He's not young. He's lost a step.
Had a good second half of the yeyear.
The 4.34. Still posted a top 15 receiving grade on targets at the intermediate level in 2020. So
I wouldn't be opposed to T.Y. Hilton, actually.
all right.
It seems like the ROI on 30-something-year-old free agents never matches what your hopes were.
Yeah. See Dante Moncrief.
But there were no hopes for him.
Here's another interior defensive lineman from the Giants. You're not going to get Big Cat if he stays. Well, if he stays, then Dalvin Tomlinson won't be.
Yeah.
And they say up until this past season, Tomlinson was the same player as the Big Cat, a great run defender and a subpar pass rusher. This year, Tomlinson was solid in both facets as he notched a 70-plus grade in each area. Only 11 other interior defensive linemen accomplished that in 2020. And at nose tackle in particular, Tomlinson was one of the most productive pass rushers in the league.
Well, that's what the Jags will be utilizing.
Dalvin Tomlinson might be a nice little pickup.
Yeah. No, I'm okay with that.
Yeah. So it's Hilton, Tomlinson, and Johnson are your three.
Yeah, not super sexy. I mean,
Yeah.
the sexiest of those names might be the least impact, and that's T.Y. Hilton.
Yeah. And then down here at number...
They need a veteran safety. I do think that whoever that safety is, they got to get one of those in free agency. That's just not work. They thought that they had the answers. First Ronnie Harrison, and then I'm drawing a blank on Jared Wilson. It's just not worked.
No. And then down here at number 46, ranked player, Yannick Ngakoue.
Wow, all the way down to 46.
Prediction Buffalo Bills, 4 years, $70 million, $40 million guaranteed.
That's less than he would have gotten Jax, right?
Yes.
Well, we said it.
Yes.
You wouldn't talk about overshooting your value. Again, there is a danger when you're on a super bad team of being the king of the dipsticks. And, looking at your value as higher it is because you happen to be better than the low talent level that's around you.
Yeah.
And Yannick is going to fall victim to that, and he did not impact the Baltimore Ravens at all.
No. He actually had a good start with the Vikes. He was getting sacks, but
That's it. He was
they
still
didn't see
very
enough
low
of them, so they traded him.
Well, he was still, even with those sacks, he was a low-graded defensive end. I don't know if that's fair or not. But.
Right. Anyway, just interesting stuff
Sure.
moving forward here. At the,
All right, the 8
Center
o'clock hour will include Brunch with the Tour.
Oh.
We got a really good event this week.
What do we got? Genesis?
Yeah, that's Genesis, but the field. I mean, it's DeChambeau,
Riviera?
and Dustin Johnson, and Brooks Koepka, and John Rahm, and Rory McIlroy, and Jordan Spieth, and Xander Schauffele, and
Every day I'm shuffling.
It's a big field.
Okay, good.
Very, very highly
Excited.
touted field. So we'll talk off there. We're going to catch up and visit with our old buddy Jimmy Smith, 9 o'clock.
Oh, good.
So we'll talk with
love Jay Smooth.
Jay Smooth and get the latest on him. His alma mater is heavy in the news these days.
Yes.
Jackson State. And
Yes, they are.
now, where are we at on spring football, by the way? Weren't we supposed to have FCS football in the spring? Did they decide to bag that?
I don't
I saw Eddie Orgeron's kid score the
they-
winning touchdown the other day, but that was the only game that I saw.
Was that his kid?
Yeah.
The quarterback?
Yeah.
He had like 5 touchdowns.
Yeah, it's Eddie O's kid.
Tigers.
Was it Nichols State or something, or who was it?
Yeah, McNeese maybe? Or
McNeese.
Yeah.
That's who it was.
Isn't that where Eddie went, McNeese, for a while?
He may have.
McNeese, didn't they just get added to the Florida schedule?
Yes, they did. Another.
Well, this Sunday on the schedule, is this Sunday, Feb 21?
Yes.
Edward Waters at Jackson State at 2 o'clock.
Well, there you go. Edward Waters going to go play Dion's team. We need to get the coach on. That's fun.
Yeah.
How they getting there?
I don't know.
Yeah, I wonder, because for a while there was talk. Wasn't the Ivy League, or they decided to cancel that, didn't they? At one point, the Ivy League was going to play football in the spring, but I think they canceled theirs.
Yeah.
Anyway, well, there you go. Dion makes his debut this Sunday. Is that on television? Should be. I'd watch that, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
What about EWC getting that opportunity?
Diaz probably got him an exclusive
Good for
on
EWC,
Barstool.
because they're building that. They got a new. Don't they have? They either building or have the new field built already.
Yeah.
Interesting. All right, let's break. A lot coming up in the 8 and 9 o'clock hours. This is the drill. It's a CPR Contracting Wednesday. Next time you drive over a bridge, understand that if it ever went wrong, CPR is the one that would fix it. When it comes to big-time commercial projects, concrete projects that have gone wrong, CPR is a perfect name. They bring them back to life. And they don't put a Band-Aid. No, we get an MRI and a solution. At CPR Contracting. Find out more at cprcontracting.com.